Hey guys, and welcome to the Leftover Culture Review Christmas Special for 2021! And more importantly, congratulations on getting to the end of 2021. It's been another incredibly long year, so all around give yourselves pats on the backs, high five yourself, whatever it takes. You've earned it, you deserve it, you've made it to the end, congratulations. I'm very proud of each and every one of you. So, without further ado, the Leftover Culture Review Christmas Special. Now, I've made it a bit of a tradition to pull out one of my favorite systems this time of year just because there are so many underrated games. And also, this box. This box is just so cute. I love how it's got like a little bow on it. The Christmas edition Sega Saturn. Again, so many underrated games, so many games that I really want to check out. So every year I go for a bit of a dive into my parents' cupboard to pull out a game that I haven't reviewed yet. Usually they get me a Sega Saturn game for Christmas. So, pro tip, if you're going into your parents' cupboard, be careful about what you're pulling out of it. But secondly, any Christmas gifts that you do pull out of your parents' cupboard, make sure when they go back in, you rewrap them perfectly. From my extensive experience, you could be facing anywhere from 20 to 25 days grounding, and you don't want that around the holiday season. You want to be able... You don't really want to go to the shops, but you don't want to be stuck at home with cranky parents either. And I'm only telling you this because I love you and I care about you. And I don't think any one of you deserves to be grounded this holiday season. So, without further ado, I'm really excited because this game that my parents have picked for me, and the title's already given it away, so I don't know why I'm trying to do like the big grand reveal, but this game to me symbolizes holiday carnage. It is Dynamite Deka, and as you can probably tell from the big Bruce Willis face on the front, outside of Japan, this game was known as Die Hard Arcade, another spin-off of the Die Hard movies, which is absolutely incredible for Christmas time. The plot's a little bit different because you're going into these massive buildings to save the president's daughter from this guy with this really epic beard. So, you know, it's not the Die Hard movie, but it's a game full of carnage, and it ties in for me really well with that experience of going to a shopping center during this time of year. So dudes, without further ado, let's boot it up! So what we have here with Dynamite Deka is like an absolutely amazing 3D beat 'em up. Alright, so it is a 3D beat 'em up. There's not that many really good ones out there, but Sega have done a fantastic job bringing the arcade experience to the Sega Saturn. And like, I mean that literally, right? Like, Die Hard Arcade or Dynamite Deka actually came out in 1996 and was developed for the Saturn Titan STV arcade hardware. And essentially what we have here in a Sega Saturn is that same hardware running a CD-ROM drive instead of a cartridge drive. So we have this incredibly powerful arcade machine running an incredibly awesome arcade game like Dynamite Deka, and there's not that many 3D beat 'em ups out there to pick from. So you play as Bruce Willis, or if you are playing the Japanese version, I think the character's name's Delinger, but definitely correct me in the comments if I'm wrong because I love it. I love just being proven wrong in general. That's why I actually started the YouTube channel, just to be told how wrong I am. But yeah, so you play as Delinger, which basically is Bruce Willis, and you need to go into this office building, which is really the last thing you want to be doing on Christmas, is going into an office building. But this office building's a bit special because it's been taken over by terrorists. And at the head of the terrorist organization, sorry, I need to remember this name, Wolf White Fang Hongo.
5 minutes. But you won't live to see it anyway!
He's the guy with the amazing beard, and he has kidnapped the president's... Actually, he hasn't kidnapped the president's daughter. The president's daughter is hiding in a cupboard. So you need to go in and save her and defeat the bad guys. And there are so many awesome ways to defeat the bad guys in this game. So as far as 3D beat-em-ups go, you get an incredible roster of moves here. You've got kicks and punches and jumps, but you've got the grab techniques, you've got a whole bunch of different weapons, including like mops and a grandfather clock, and you've got a whole set of special moves as well. If you do manage to have a pistol on hand, you can actually arrest the bad guys to save you having to beat them up, which I think is a really cool feature. In between the fighting, you get your chance at QuickTime events, which is always a fun way to break up the action. The whole moving from room to room is a bit weird. Like, as far as the 3D beat 'em up goes, you're always kind of locked into the same room, and then you beat all the bad guys, and then there's like a cutscene to move to the next. It's not as seamless as some of the newer 3D beat 'em ups. But the QuickTime events are cool. There's also a really fun comedic element to the fighting here. Like, this game has a lot of fun and it knows exactly what it is, which is a really shallow beat 'em up, but it should be like a really fun ride to get to the end, if you ever make it. Like, this game isn't particularly easy, especially if you dive straight in. The key to getting a few more credits, however, is there's a mini game right on the start screen called Deep Scan. Now, this is a Sega arcade throwback to 1978, and it is just a really fun game. So I definitely recommend checking out Deep Scan, but the more you play, the more you actually get to rack up credits to play in Dynamite Deka, which is a really cool feature, and it's a nice way to revisit some of that arcade history. So if you are busting this out at Christmas time, one thing that every good arcade game needs is a multiplayer option, and thankfully you can, I don't know, give your nana a controller and get her to play as well. Like, you can bring the whole family in one at a time and play credit by credit. Like, it is that easy to pick up and play. There's only the 3 buttons: punch, attack, and jump. So if you are playing the Japanese version, the dialogue is actually in English and you can navigate the menus easy enough. It's not that much of a difficult game to play in Japanese. So when I picked up Dynamite Deka or Die Hard Arcade, I kind of thought it sat really well with the Die Hard trilogy games, which I absolutely love as well, especially Die Hard number 2, because you get to go into an airport and just start shooting terrorists. All these games are basically about killing terrorists, but it's Christmas time at the airport, obviously, and I think the whole atmosphere is a lot of fun. Like, you've got Christmas trees, airports full of terrorists, shotguns, and you're just going through creating carnage before you go outside to take on some of the snow levels. So Die Hard Trilogy, it's a seasonal favorite of mine as well, and I think paired with a game like Dynamite Deka or Die Hard Arcade, they work really well together. And this is 2-player. Die Hard Trilogy is only a 1-player game, so it's definitely a bit more family friendly to bust out, if that's what your family's into. So slightly less Christmassy, but just as much fun, is Dynamite Cop. So this is the sequel to Dynamite Deka. And again, you get to go up against Wolf White Fang Hongo, but this time he's made mostly of bone, and you travel on a cruise ship to get to like a cannibal island, and then you have to go on a pirate ship to beat the bad guys, and again you're saving the president's daughter. So very similar plot, except for the cruise ship and the cannibal island part, but the exact same gameplay that you've come to love right here in Dynamite Cop. There's more quirky weapons, there's some really quirky scenarios, and it's still got that really fun comedic approach to like a 3D beat 'em up. Like, it doesn't take itself seriously at all. It's all about having fun, which I can really appreciate. So there you have it. That is my Christmas Sega Saturn review. Again, I just think the Saturn is full of some really underrated games, and Dynamite Deka, it's a great example of a 3D beat 'em up. They're not dead. They didn't die. It took a really long time to get a couple of really good ones back again, but I'm really thankful for the few that we do have. And Sega never gave up hope. Even over on the Sega Dreamcast, we had Dynamite Cop, as well as Zombie Revenge, and even games like Power Stone kind of use that 3D beat 'em up formula to create more of like a party game. So I'm really thankful for the 3D games that we did get, and I just love the graphics on the Sega Saturn as well. Like, they're really the crisp, clean, boxy, polygonal look, and it creates that sense of nostalgia for me. Like, I really do enjoy checking out the games for this system just because the 3D is so unique to it. So again, super thankful to have this game, to bust it out for Christmas and pretend to be really excited when I unwrap it under the tree. So stay safe this holiday season, guys, because I really want to see you back here for 2022. I hope you find someone fun to play awesome games like this with, and yeah, keep it real, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a Merry Christmas, and I can't wait to see all your faces again, or for you to see my face again next year for 2022. Hey guys, sorry to cut in like this. I know it's a little bit impromptu, rude, abrupt, but I just wanted to say Merry Christmas. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I released a video a week or two ago about making my very own Christmas card using Sega's Art Alive. So if you're looking for something special to give that nerd in your life, you can print them out, you can send them as like an e-card or a PDF. And you get to watch me draw it and bring this piece of art together. So your very own Christmas card, I'll leave a link down in the description, or you can just go check out the channel. Also over on the website, I've drawn like a little Santa that you can, or an A4 Santa that you can color in. So if you're looking for some coloring to do over the Christmas break, then you can download Santa over on the Leftover Culture Review website as well, just as like a little gift. Something small that I wanted to do for all of you. I'd love to see your pictures if you want to hit me up on social. Again, I'll leave those links. All of that's down below. And if you do like the artwork, the Leftover Culture Review store has some new pieces up. Obviously not in time for Christmas, but if you are interested in supporting the channel, that's one way you can do it. But I also just wanted to genuinely say thank you so much for the likes, the comments, the support, even the people that you tell about this channel. Like, it does mean a tremendous amount. So thank you for the support during 2021, and here is to an awesome 2022. Cheers, Merry Christmas, and stay safe.